everyone, it's Christina and I'm back to do some more crafts and some more ranting because I like to rant and a lot of things have been happening recently. But first things first, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to be making. So the plan is to make some hanging stars and a moon for my guitar. So it'll look like this. When I have the guitar up, the little stars and the moon are hanging on like invisible string. I did a little trial one and I'm really glad it came out as a success. It's a bit smaller than what I intended to be because I didn't want to waste too much material. I'll show you my process of how I make these. Here are my materials. I have black cardstock paper to make the bigger star. I double layer it. And I have white felt, the same white felt that I used for the rabbit ears. I have wire. I have pliers for cutting the wire. I have scissors and I have an X-Acto knife with a cutting board. I have craft glue. You can use a hot glue gun. I just don't feel like burning my fingers today. I'd like to try out this glow-in-the-dark paint. I've used it for another project like years ago, and it works really well. I'm not sure if it'll work on stage unless there's UV lights on stage, but you know, it's fun. It won't do anything bad to it, so I'll use glow-in-the-dark paint. And then for the string, I'm using my leftover string from when I was making friendship bracelets for Taylor Swift. The first thing we want to do is determine how big we want the stars to be. Actually, I think I'm going to start with the moon, and I want the moon to be the biggest thing. This is my brother's guitar that I stole from him with permission, so I'm borrowing it, but I have no intentions of giving it back unless I get my own electric guitar. So here's his for now. I want the moon to be like this. I'm pretty sure that's like a perfect size. I could just use my hand. How am I going to transfer my hand? I'm so depressed I act like it's my birthday. I'm carving out the moon into the white felt. So while I do that, I'm going to tell you what's been going on. All of you should know that Taylor Swift's new albums have come out. There's the double album with the anthology, The Tortured Poets Department. I love it. I love everything about it. I think it's Taylor's best album. I've never clicked with an album so fast, except for The Last Dinner Party's Prelude to Ecstasy. Which, speaking of The Last Dinner Party, I got a ticket for their Melbourne show! I'm so excited. I'm gonna be at the barricade and all of the people that are in my way better watch. I am gonna be front row. I love The Last Dinner. Anyways, I got a ticket to Conan Gray for when he comes over here. I swear, this is the year of concerts for me. It's crazy. It's a lot of money though. But good thing, I got a job! Yeah! It's a traineeship, so I get paid less than minimum wage. We'll be fine. I have written all of my thoughts for the Tortured Poets Department for the songs, that is. The songs on the actual first album, because I didn't know that the anthology was coming out. And if you guys want to hear my thoughts about the songs, then let me know. I don't have a very active comment section, but that's okay. What I did with listening to the Tortured Poets Department, I looked at the lyrics first. I read the lyrics and I kind of wrote down my thoughts about them because it's poetry, so I wanted to treat it like poetry before I treated it as music. So I read the lyrics, which was such a good idea because when I went into the music, I knew what the song was about. I knew the words because when I first listened to a song, the words just kind of go over my head. So I read the lyrics first and I gave my opinion to myself. And it was really good. It was a really good idea, and I think I'll be doing it for many other music releases. That's a good moon, right? Right? Is this a good moon? You can't respond. I'm gonna decide it's a good moon. So I'm gonna cut it out. The good thing about this is that people will see it when I'm on stage, so they'll be a good distance away. And that means that tiny mistakes aren't gonna be seen. So you can be wonky, you can be uneven, and it won't matter. And the guitar will probably be moving around, which will make all of the hanging dangly stars and moon swing around. So people won't even really be able to get a good look at it anyways. And then you might ask, Christina, why are you even doing this if people aren't going to see it? Because I want to. I like to know that there are stars on my guitar. There's a reason for the teardrops on my guitar. Beautiful. And I'll use the side that I didn't mark up. I'm gonna retrace this. There we go. Now that I have a job, I feel like I can get on with like the other things I want to do in my life. And my mom told me that I should get on with the things I want to do in my life before I get a job, because when I get a job, then it'll take up a lot of my time. And I know that. I know it's not I should have taken advantage of the free time I had, but I wanted to focus all of my energies into getting a job because I want to feel like some sort of independence. I want to know that I can like work for the things I want to get. Probably not a good idea to like not take advantage of the free time I had, but oh well, it's over now. While I was like waiting to get a job, waiting to hear back from potential employees, then I was writing songs. Check out this progression that I came up with. And then the chorus will go. So I've been writing songs and I've been recording a demo for one of my songs so that I can be prepared when I get a band. This is me learning and also trying to record the chorus for a song on guitar because I can do it on the piano, but doing it on the guitar really hurts my wrists after doing this for so long. Let's try this. Maybe the camera will motivate me to get this right. I messed up. When I do get a band, we will be rehearsing songs that I've already released. So that's The Rabbit in the Sky, Sous le Soleil, Jazonia, what's the other one? Your Home Star. And there's other songs that I've already performed that might go onto my first album called Breathe Relief and Like Me When I'm Drunk. Outside of those, I've been writing more songs and recording demos. So now I just need to buck up the courage to go up to people and ask, hey, do you know anyone that would want to be a part of my band? Do you want to be a part of my band? And the scary thing is that when people ask to be a part of their band, you're gonna want to know what kind of music they do. I don't know what kind of music I do. It's indie because I'm an independent artist. Indie is so broad, so I don't even fucking know. And I don't know the potential of my music because you can turn lyrics and chords into any genre you want, really. But I think I'd like to do like folk, pop, rock kind of stuff, I think. Yeah. It's a bit wonky, but that's okay. It adds to the vibe. Yay! The felt is done, so put that aside and get black paper. And so you trace it. You want to trace the black outside of your shape that you have. Like, it depends how much space you want. I don't want too much space. Maybe like 0.5 centimeter is good. And with this, you can also make it kind of rough. So I'm just doing a rough sketch around. I could choose not to use the black paper, but for some reason, I just feel like it needs to be done. It'll make it pop, you know? Oh, this stinks. When I was listening to the Tortured Poets Department, I was like this close to like playing one of my own songs on Spotify after listening to one of Taylor's songs. And that's not a good idea. I stopped myself from doing that because I knew 100% of the fact that I would only be doing it to prove that I'm shit. Like, of course I'm going to be shit compared to Taylor Swift, who's had like 15 years of music experience. Like, duh. Of course she's going to be better than me. I want to be great. I want to be an amazing songwriter. And I'm not going to be able to do that if I keep putting myself down. All I have to do is just learn. And it takes time. This really stinks. Not doing the crafts, but the cardstock actually really, really stinks. Here we go. It's all traced out. And now I can cut it out. And then trace it again to make another one. Who's afraid of little old me? You should be. Oh, I should not be using fabric scissors for paper. The reason why you shouldn't use fabric scissors for paper is because fabric, you need like really sharp scissors to be able to cut fabric cleanly. You need to have like a good clean cut snip. If you use your fabric scissors on paper, then that can dull your scissors. Here it is. Okay, now trace it again. I think I should record myself singing my songs for my YouTube channel. Should I do that? Chapel Rowan did that before she got big. I admire her. She put so much work and so much time to get where she is now. I saw Chapel Rowan perform when she came to Melbourne. It was amazing. I had the time of my life. I put my hair into like devil horns, like Jude Dort from The Cruel Prince. Now that I have the things cut, I can start gluing. So I realized that I wasn't supposed to trace the black thing. I was just supposed to glue it onto the paper straight away, and then that'll make cutting it like easier so that they're the same, but that doesn't matter. So now we glue the paper together. I'm gonna spread that with my fingies. I may have been a little bit overzealous with the glue. Oh, it's gonna take a lot longer to dry now. Oh, that sucks. Oh well, I guess we have to wait to dry. I'll see you guys later, which for you will be like now. So hi, it's been a couple of weeks, but safe to say that the moon is definitely dry by now. Catch up, I graduated. I've been getting used to working. That's what's been happening to me. Let's move on. So now we have the black piece, we have the two white pieces, and now you'd think that the next step is to glue them together, but no. First, we have to make a little incision because we need a little place to hook up the string without it falling. So, I realize I say so a lot. So, editing me has been cutting out a lot of me going, so yeah, and yes. Okay, so if the moon is going to be like that, we want the opening of it to be on this side. When the guitar is like this, we want it to be on this side. Yeah, I'm going to put the string on the back. We need to find like the center point because we don't want to hook it up here and then it go like that. That's a good center point. Turn it around with a pencil, mark a little X quickly. There we go. We have an X where we want the string. What we're going to do next is do a little loop. You could do a square or a triangle. I'm going to do a little loop. And we want the loop to be behind the white felt, so don't put it right at the end. You want to put it a little deeper in. We're going to do like a teardrop that's not closed. Kind of like this. I'm really hoping that you can see that. Let's cut it out. With an X-Acto knife, you're supposed to be cutting away from you, but I don't work like that. But you, for your own safety, I recommend cutting away from you. I'm going to try it right now. Wait, what? Is it easier to do it away from me? What? You cut out the teardrop shape, and now we kind of pop it out. Now, we have this little flap over here. Now this part's important, because I actually haven't figured out how I'm going to do this yet. You know what would be really good? If I actually took pictures while I did this process, and then when I was editing, I could show it to you. But no, I'm not going to do that, because I'm selfish and lazy. Says the girl who puts in a lot of effort to film everything she's doing. Look at it! Also, I wrote another song. No, I didn't grab the guitar to show you. Who do you think I am? I really love that song. It's very dear to me. Anyways, and I'm like... Everything's okay. Woo woo! because no one's supposed to be pulling on it, it won't untie. It should. I guess I have to come up with a plan B. Okay, I figured it out. What you're gonna do, you get your string. I made this one around 20 centimeters long. You're gonna do a loop on each end. Make sure they're both kind of small, okay? You can make one of them smaller than the other, and I will explain later. Next, you get a thick wire. I don't know if a thin wire will work. It might not. Get a thicker one, just in case, if you have one. Or you can get a paper clip. Next, you're gonna cut 3 centimeters of this. Scratch what I said about 3 centimeters, make it 4 centimeters, because this one is too small. I'm gonna do that right now. Next, you're gonna do a tiny little loop on each end of the wire. Tiny, tiny little loop. And this is just because the wire is sharp. You wanna create a blunt end to one side of the wire. So one side of the wire, you're gonna do a tiny little loop. Don't do the second tiny loop yet. I will explain when I get there. I have 10 little loops. Next, you're gonna get the string. You're gonna get the little string that you cut with one of the loops, the smaller loop, if you made one that's smaller. You don't have to, but if you made one that's smaller, use the smaller one. Now, you're gonna make a tiny loop on the metal, on the wire, a tiny loop on the wire, with the tiny loop of the string in the loop. You know what I mean? So you attach them. So I'm gonna do that right now. When you enclose the loop, make sure it's really secure. Make sure the string won't be able to slip past it. And I do this by curling the end in. So on one side, the loop will be double layered in wire, if that makes any sense. You have that, and next you're gonna get a small thing. So I'm using a pen. You get a small cylinder, and you put that in, and you kind of make a nose ring kind of thing. You can do the loops inwards or outwards. I don't think it matters much. I'm doing them inwards. Oh my gosh, I think I may have made my wire too short. It doesn't have to be a perfect circle, but you do want some sort of circle shape. So you have this little hook thingy, and you've tied your shape to a little hook thing, and you can manually with your fingers open it up. And then I open it up, I put it on top, so you just kind of enclose it. And this is great because you can move around, you can tug at it and it won't disconnect. You can take it off at the end of the night as well. Let's put the white felt on now. When you put the felt on, you want to make sure that you put the pencil markings on the against the black. I've been thinking about Twilight a lot lately. Yeah, put the glue on the felt. Now we stick it on. And make sure that the string is up vertical to how it's supposed to be when it's up. And then you put the felt on, and you want to make sure the felt is on that previous teardrop cutout that we made. So it covers the string so it can't fold back and detach itself from the moon. And now we just press it on. Fantastic. And now we do the other. Oh, I forgot to put the weight. Okay. I'm a bit dumb. I forgot to put the weight down. Actually, wait a second. We don't need the weight. It's heavy enough on its own. Oh, that's fantastic. We don't need a weight. That's great. I'm a songwriter. I do a lot of rhyming. Let's do the same thing we just did. So put the glue on the other felt. Here we go. Put it on top of the cutout of the teardrop. Now, it looks uneven, but that's okay. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah. Everything's okay. It's okay. Done. Now we just wait for these to dry. Okie dokie. And we have the moon. Next we do glow-in-the-dark paint. Adios, I'm gonna make dinner now. You'll see me in a few seconds. I'll see you maybe in another 2 weeks. We'll see. I'm back. I don't feel like talking, so I think I'm gonna just... I'm gonna put glue on the knots of the string so that I can cut off the tail. While I wait for that to dry, I'm gonna put glow-in-the-dark fabric paint on the edges of the moon. I've used this before, and it's best to do multiple layers with it. I've done this side, and it's quite messy. There's nothing I can do about it. Now to do the other side. Done! Let's make all the other stars now. I don't think I'll film that.
Well, it's been a couple of weeks. The day has arrived. I have finally finished all of my stars for my guitar. Yes, I don't know what to say now. I put glow-in-the-dark paint around the edges of each shape. It's finally done, and I will show it to you. Today's a day. I'm on my period. I have the strong urge to bake something chocolatey and to crochet, and I'm beating myself up over not starting a band yet, and over not reading my books, and over just delaying everything in my life right now. And I really want to find love, but I can't do that without actually going out and doing things. I'm going out tonight. While I was waiting for the paint to dry, I made these earrings out of oven clay. I also found out today that Spotlight and Anaconda and all that jazz, they're owned by Zionists, so I need to find a new place to buy crafts. That shouldn't be too big of a problem. Okay, I'm gonna put these on now. I actually haven't put these on yet at all, so we're gonna see this for the first time together. Alright, let's start with the furthest one away, so that's the moon. Here we go, nice and gentle. And here we have the moon! I hope that it works. While I'm doing this, I'm going to let you guys know I'm saving up for an acoustic guitar. And I'm not talking about a classical guitar like the one I have here. That's technically my brother's. I'm talking about an acoustic guitar that has steel strings and a pickup. Oh my god, I'm so scared. Are they already tangling up? That should be fine, right? Will that look okay? Oh my god, they're tangling up. Stop, stop. No, don't tangle. Okay, here we go, we're done. Look at that. How interesting is that? Wow, the moon is really swinging. I'm gonna put myself against a wall, and then we can see it in action. You know that scene in Monsters, Inc. when Boo is getting all tangled up in things? This is how I feel. It's just not... It's not working. I mean, does it look okay? You know, I don't want it to be like that forever. This was not a good idea. Oh, well, sometimes when you craft things, you really gotta go through with it before you find out what a wreck it is. I didn't think it would get this tangled. I mean, I expected some tangling, but this is just ridiculous. Please tell me I didn't do all this work for nothing. This is fine. This is fine. Yeah, it's fine for now. This will get so easily tangled. I have to, like, stand super still. Thanks for watching this probably incredibly long video of me just ranting and doing a bunch of shenanigans. Don't forget to check out my other videos. There are 2. Vlogging is a lot more work than I anticipated. Anyways, if you like what I'm doing, subscribe. If you're interested in my future music adventures, subscribe. Of course, follow my Instagram. Okay, bye. Love you. Tangled mess.